Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Tonight we delve into the shadowy depths of the unknown, exploring tales that send chills down your spine. We journey to deserted fishing villages, now reclaimed by nature and haunted by whispers of the past. These forgotten corners hold a certain allure for those seeking the unexplained. We have 3 stories for you tonight, each centered around unexplained lights that dance and flicker through the night. So, dim the lights, make sure you're alone, and lock your doors because you're about to enter a world where nightmares become reality. Nestled along the rugged coastline of the North Atlantic lay the skeletal remains of Darrow's End, a village once vibrant with the laughter and toil of its inhabitants. Now, only crumbling stone foundations and decaying fishing boats remained, silent witnesses to a bygone era. The village, once teeming with life, now stood silent, abandoned to the relentless assault of the sea, its stories whispered only by the wind. The villagers of Darrow's End had always known the ocean's capricious nature, respecting its power and unpredictability. But one fateful storm claimed the lives of 20 men, their fishing vessel lost to the depths, leaving the village in mourning. The memory of the lost fishermen faded into folklore, their names etched onto weathered tombstones, a somber reminder of the sea's wrath. Their souls, trapped between the living and the afterlife, manifested as flickering lights, ethereal lanterns bobbing just off the coast, a spectral presence. These lights, appearing on stormy nights, mirrored the souls lost at sea, a haunting echo of the past. Some dismissed the lights as mere tricks of the light, but others knew that some things defied logical explanation, believing in the supernatural. One stormy night, a young man named Thomas decided to confront the legend head-on, driven by curiosity and a sense of adventure. Armed with a flickering lantern, he ventured out toward the crumbling docks, the wind howling around him. As he stared out at the churning black water, his heart pounded in his chest, a mix of fear and anticipation. And then he saw them, the ghostly lights that had haunted the village's lore. 3 distinct lights bobbing gently in the distance, their glow eerie and otherworldly. A cold dread gripped Thomas's heart, the reality of the legend sinking in. As quickly as they appeared, the lights began to move towards him, their approach relentless and unnerving. Fear surged through Thomas. He turned to flee, but the lights followed in relentless pursuit, their glow growing brighter. Stumbling, Thomas raced towards the safety of his cottage, his breath coming in ragged gasps. From that night forward, Thomas never doubted the stories again, the experience forever etched in his memory. The lights continued to appear on stormy nights, a solemn spectacle for those brave enough to witness their spectral dance, a reminder of the village's tragic past. The legend of Darrow's End serves as a chilling reminder that some places are forever marked by tragedy, their stories lingering like ghosts in the night. Our next story takes us to the windswept shores of the Isle of Skye, to a desolate fishing village known as Unexplained, the Lost Village. This place, shrouded in mystery and folklore, has long been abandoned for over a century, its inhabitants driven away by a mysterious illness that swept through the village like a dark shadow. Drawn by the allure of the unknown and the thrill of adventure, 4 friends, Liam, Fiona, Ewan and Moira, decided to explore the abandoned village. Armed with backpacks, cameras and a sense of curiosity, they set off into the gloaming, the twilight adding an eerie ambience to their journey. As darkness enveloped the village, they built a fire in the remains of a communal hearth, hoping to ward off the chill and the creeping sense of unease. Stories were shared, laughter echoed through the empty streets, and for a brief moment the weight of the village's somber history seemed to lift, replaced by the warmth of camaraderie. Later that evening, as the fire's glow began to fade, Liam noticed a faint light in the distance, flickering like a will-o'-the-wisp. It flickered between the gaps in the crumbling stone walls of a nearby cottage, casting an otherworldly glow. Curiosity piqued, and hearts racing, Liam grabbed his flashlight and beckoned his friends to follow, their footsteps crunching on the gravel path. Driven by a mix of curiosity and trepidation, they cautiously approached the cottage, the light growing brighter with each step. The light grew brighter, casting dancing shadows on the walls, creating an almost hypnotic effect. Liam, emboldened by a mix of fear and fascination, stepped closer, pressing his face against a gap in the boarded-up window, his breath fogging the glass. Inside, hovering in mid-air, was a ball of light, pulsating with an eerie, almost sentient glow. Beneath the light stood three figures, tall and gaunt, their bodies draped in tattered fishermen's slickers, their faces obscured by shadows. Liam stumbled back from the window, his heart pounding in his chest like a drum. "We need to get out of here," he gasped, his voice barely above a whisper. The others, their faces pale with fear and eyes wide with terror, needed no further encouragement. Turning on their heels, they fled back towards their campsite, their breaths coming in ragged gasps. The light from the cottage followed them, a relentless pursuer that seemed to feed on their fear. They didn't stop running until they reached the relative safety of their campfire, the familiar warmth providing a small comfort. Huddled together, they watched as the light from the cottage slowly receded, disappearing into the darkness from whence it came. They packed their belongings with trembling hands, the urgency of their movements betraying their fear. As they made their way out of the village, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, unseen eyes following their every move. The village had revealed its true nature, a place where the veil between the living and the dead was thin and the past lingered like a ghost. From that day forward, none of them ever spoke of their experience in the lost village, the memory too haunting to revisit. The memory of that night remained etched into their minds, a chilling reminder of the unknown, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurks at the edges of our world, waiting for the unsuspecting to stumble into its grasp. And so, the village remains, a silent sentinel to the mysteries that lie just beyond the reach of our understanding. Our final tale takes us to the remote and rugged coast of Iceland, a land steeped in ancient folklore and timeless legends. This is the story of Finnur, a solitary traveler with an insatiable thirst for adventure and discovery. Finnur, a skilled cartographer by trade, was drawn to the forgotten and often overlooked corners of his homeland. He was on a quest to document the abandoned fishing villages that dotted the rugged coastline, remnants of a bygone era. One blustery afternoon, his weathered and well-used map led him to the ancient ruins of Hvittramanabig. The village was little more than a collection of crumbling stone foundations, whispering tales of the past. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows, Finnur decided to set up camp amongst the silent ruins. As darkness enveloped the village, Finnur sat by his campfire, his gaze drawn upwards to the vast starry night sky. And then, quite unexpectedly, he saw them. Three lights, distinct from the twinkling stars, appeared mysteriously in the sky. They danced and flickered, moving in an erratic and mesmerizing pattern. Finnur, completely mesmerized, watched in awe as the lights drew closer and closer. They were lanterns, bobbing gently in the air, casting an ethereal glow. A shiver ran down Finnur's spine, a mix of fear and excitement. He watched intently as the lights slowly descended towards the ancient village. A strange and irresistible compulsion drew Finnur towards them as if they were calling him. He cautiously made his way through the ruins, each step echoing in the stillness. The wind seemed to whisper around him, carrying a faint melodic chanting that sent chills down his spine. The lights led Finner to a hidden cave, its entrance concealed by thick, intertwining vines. With a deep breath to steady himself, Finner pushed aside the vines and stepped inside the mysterious cave. The cave was spacious, its walls adorned with strange and ancient patterns that seemed to tell a story. Beneath the lantern sat a group of figures, their eyes glowing with an eerie inner light that pierced the darkness. Finner realized he had stumbled upon something truly extraordinary and otherworldly. These were the guardians of a forgotten history, protectors of ancient secrets. The figures beckoned Finner closer, their chanting reaching a powerful crescendo that resonated through the cave. As he drew near, they gestured towards the wall of the cave, where intricate carvings depicted scenes of a bygone era, rich with history. Finner emerged from the cave a changed man, forever marked by his profound encounter with the guardians of Vitramanabigd. He carried the stories of Vitramanabigd with him, ensuring that the memory of the village and its people would live on, never to be forgotten. Thank you for joining me tonight, my friends, as we journeyed into the heart of darkness. Remember, these are more than just stories, they are glimpses into the unknown. If you enjoyed tonight's descent into darkness, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a chilling tale. Until next time, keep the lights on, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we can't explain.